Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm back with you for the second lesson on the OrderStock Pro solution, your inventory management and supplier ordering tool. And today we're going to see how to create a product on OrderStock. So you go to tulipwork.com and you log in. So there we go, Cafe Pushkin. A little nod to Gilbert Bacall for those who get the reference. You go to OrderStock Products. And here you're going to create a new product. So let's say, for example, wheat flour. And here you'll have several fields to fill in that will ultimately determine the product quantities that OrderStock will automatically calculate when you place your supplier order. So here, typically the replenishment period for wheat flour will basically be the number of days. So it's in days that you want to be covered for. You want to be able to stock your flour directly at your point of sale. So let's say 30 days, for example, since it's a dry product that's easy to store. Next, the average daily sales, or at least the average daily raw material consumption. Let's say, for example, imagine that your point of sale consumes about 1 kilogram of wheat flour per day. Here you can enter your stock directly, but you can also do it right on this page. We'll see that later. Let's say you have 1 kilogram in stock. And here, this will be the packaging type, the packaging method that your supplier uses for the wheat flour. So presumably it's in kilograms for wheat, but it could be kilograms, boxes, or units, for example, for drinks and so on. So here we'll say it's in kilograms and they sell it to you by the kilogram. They could also sell it to you in 5 kilogram units, that's possible. But here we're going to keep it simple. And you can enter the maximum quantity of wheat flour that you want to order. It's a kind of safeguard just in case. The decimal precision, so either in whole numbers or with decimals. We'll stick to whole numbers for simplicity here. Then the tax rate, so 5.5% for example. And finally, the calculation method that's used to estimate the quantity ordered. Either you use the default mode that's set here in the settings, there. Right there, you have the forecast mode. So it's the average daily sales multiplied by the replenishment period. So that's what we'll use to start with. I'll explain the second mode later, but you can use the critical threshold mode. I'll come back to that. And you assign a category here. There, publish. And now your product is created. So what this means is when you place your order, knowing you want 30 days worth of wheat flour, you have 1 kilogram in stock, and you use 1 kilogram a day, you're logically gonna need some. And OrderStock Pro will automatically calculate your estimate, so the 29 kilograms you need to reach your replenishment period. Now, the other thing to know is that if, for example, the supplier only sells it in 5 kilogram units, well, then what will happen is the stock will update to respect that, that packaging. So it'll be 30 kilograms because he can't deliver 3 times 5 kilograms, then 4 kilograms separately. And then another thing to know is that you can change the mode. Instead of using the replenishment period as a variable, you can use the critical threshold and target stock. If you use the critical threshold and target stock, you click there and you update. And here, what you'll finally need to fill in is your critical threshold. So let's say, for example, you never want to fall below 2 kilograms of wheat flour and your target stock is 20 kilograms and you have 1 in stock and he sells them by the kilogram. There, you update all of that. You go to place an order. Yeah. And here, what will happen is that since your target stock is 20 kilograms and you have 1 kilogram in stock and your critical threshold is 2 kilograms, so now you've fallen below the critical threshold, well, OrderStock estimates you need 19 kilograms. Now, if your critical threshold, is 2 and you have 3 in stock, what will happen is that OrderStock will estimate that you don't need to order any wheat flour for now. So now, if you still want to order some stock, well, no problem. You enter 3 kilograms and there, you still have your order and you can send it. But we'll see how to place the order in a future lesson. Note that here, you have a little warning telling you that you don't have a designated supplier for this product. So that will lead us to the next lesson about the fact that you always have to assign a supplier here. And for suppliers, it's not very complicated. You go there and you add a supplier. So we'll see that a bit later. So there, I hope you've clearly understood how to create a product on OrderStock, and well, I'll see you very soon for the next lesson, and I'll meet you on Tulipwork, where you can sign up and test the solution during a trial period without having to pay anything at all. And you'll obviously find all the documentation needed to use OrderStock directly on Tulipwork in addition to these short videos. I'll see you very soon.